What is up, guys? Welcome to itmeWeekly here as the first week in September, my birth month. I'm very excited about this month. This week, we're back on track with regular content, kinda. So let's just go ahead and jump straight to the schedule for the week. All right, starting with Twitch. Today, of course, being Monday, there is nothing on Twitch. It's simply itmeWeekly. Now, Tuesday and Wednesday are a little bit different. So tomorrow I've got I actually hired a crew of maids to come out. They're going to clean the entire house because it's really gross and disgusting. And they're also going to clean my room, and I'm rebuilding my room. So right now I've been using this desk that I've had ever since I lived in Galveston, Texas, when I was with MLG, that we used for productions down there, and it's just not working for me anymore. I've amassed 5 monitors now, and it just I need more space is what it is. I want to be able to put my audio mixer up on the table as well, and not be like cluttered, right? So what I'm doing is I'm buying a giant fucking desk from IKEA, right? It's like, I think it's 90 inches by 72 inches or something like that. It's fucking huge, okay? It's going to take up the entire room. And I also bought, I spent way too much money on some monitor arms, so I'll be able to mount all of my monitors and spin them 360 degrees and really stupid, pointless stuff, but it's going to be really cool. So once I get that all set up, it'll probably be Wednesday. Then I got to test everything, because this setting all this crap up is not something that I'll probably be able to remember. So Tuesday and Wednesday are they're kind of screwed. There's not going to be that much in terms of streaming or in terms of YouTube content. I don't think I'll be able to get any videos out, unfortunately. I probably should have saved some Dark Heresy or RollPlay, but it's all right. It's all right. So Tuesday and Wednesday, don't really expect any content from me. What I will be doing, however, is I'll probably film what my current setup is, and then do a kind of a reveal. I don't know. A lot of people always ask what my setup looks like, so I figured I'll just get that out of the way right at the start, because I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering. So I'll do a kind of before and after video, and we'll get that posted hopefully Wednesday. I'm not sure when my monitor arms are going to be getting here. They're going to take a little bit of time to travel. And I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get that desk from IKEA, because they're fucking... IKEA is the worst. I hate IKEA so much. It's just... I don't know why I decided to buy a desk on Labor Day, but that was a really bad idea. Because this weekend it was just packed. And I've never been to an IKEA before, which... It was a crazy experience seeing a motorized vehicular incident. We'll just call it that much. I can't believe she hit that kid. It was crazy. It was actually... It's just insanity. It was just insanity. All right, so let's talk about Thursday. So Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 12 a.m., also known as midnight GMT, we should be playing RollPlay Dark Heresy. I say should because DJ Wheat just tweeted, like, literally 20 minutes before I started recording this, that he has gotten the flu, and he hasn't even left PAX Seattle yet. So I don't know if he'll be flying home. I don't know how sick he is. I don't know how sick he's going to be. But I'm not going to force someone to play something like that when they have the flu, because it's pretty gross, especially the PAX flu. That's the worst. And I would assume if he's got it, then everyone else that attended PAX is probably going to get it as well, which includes the other 3 cast members of the show, In Control and Total Biscuit. Steve wasn't there, so me and Steve are going to be the 2 not sick people. And once again, I win by not going to a convention, because I'm not sick, nor tired, nor do I have to travel home, nor did I spend money. But I kind of wish I was there. So we're going to plan for Dark Heresy on Thursday, like I said, at 8 o'clock Eastern or midnight GMT. But there is a small chance, I would say a chance. It's not a small, but it's not a big. It's just there's a chance that it might not happen because DJ Wheat's going to be sick. So that's unfortunate. One of the other things might not happen because DJ Wheat's sick. If Dark Heresy doesn't happen, then that means 8 bits won't happen, but it's scheduled to occur Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock GMT. And we're also supposed to have Brad Shoemaker from Giant Bomb on the show. Once again, a returning guest. I think he is actually our only guest and our only return guest. So I would like to do that show on Friday, but I'm not going to force DJ Wheat to do anything, and he probably won't even if I force him to, he'd tell me to fuck off, as he rightfully should do. So we'll try to get that. We'll try to get that done. But if DJ Wheat's sick, guys, no Dark Heresy or no 8-bits this week. Saturday, we will be doing Subscriber Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock GMT. If you are a twitch.tv sub, then you can win some free games that I'll be giving out. And we'll probably be doing, I don't know what game we'll play yet. There's a lot of different games, so I'm not sure. I guess I'll just pick something at random when we play then. Sunday is marked as no stream. Probably won't have it. I might stream something then, but it's not going to be scheduled. If I do decide to stream something, it'll be tweeted probably right around the time that I start streaming. So Sunday's kind of my day off this week. And a lot of people are probably wondering where RollPlay D&D is, and the answer to that is I don't know. We might play Wednesday. I think it's up in the air right now, but it probably won't happen. I think someone said they were traveling. I think Neil said he was traveling and he wouldn't be back until Wednesday at like 2, so it might happen. But the other thing is, if my room's not finished building, because I assume it's going to take me quite a while to get everything set up, then we might not be able to have the show. But if we do have the show, I will tweet about it. I'm sure everyone else will tweet about it. And of course, you can always go over to twitch.tv/itmeJP and !RollPlay. And that'll actually give you a countdown as to when the next roleplay will be. There's a bot in the channel that once I know when it is, I type in the numbers and then it starts the countdown. So if you're ever wondering when roleplay is going to be, you don't need to tweet me or ask in the videos and not get a response. You can simply just head over to twitch.tv/itmeJP and do !roleplay, all one word, all lowercase, ROLL play, and they will tell you if there is a show scheduled, when it will be, and how long it's going to be till that show. So that is what's going on with the Twitch streams. What's going on with YouTube this week? Well, if we had RollPlay Dark Heresy and RollPlay D&D, those would be coming out at noon and 4 o'clock EDT. Unfortunately, we do not. But we will have probably some JPOVs this week. One of a game called Brothers, which is a game that came out on the Summer of Arcade for Xbox Live. I think it was the first one, so about 4 weeks ago, something like that. It's a game that actually Brad Shoemaker from Giant Bomb is constantly talking about, and he's kind of got me amped up for it. It's coming out for the PC this week, so I'll definitely be taking a look at that. It's supposed to be kind of he likened it to kind of be the Journey or Flower of this year, and I'm a huge fan of both those games, so I'm really excited for it. It looks great. I can't wait to play it. It's going to be an interesting game. I think it's about 5 hours long. I will probably stream that, but I have no idea when that'll be. So just look for that on Twitter. The other big game coming out this week is Rayman Legends, and I will probably do a JPOV of that, but I don't know when it'll be. It'll most likely be later this weekend for sure. So yeah, it's going to be kind of a light content week, which sucks, but it's just how it is. I need to get my room rebuilt, and then we can start doing all the content. But like I said, one of the other videos coming out this week, I'll do that before and after of the room transformation. Maybe we'll call it like Extreme JP Makeover. No, I'm not gonna. Maybe I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work. But we'll see. So look for that video probably later on this week as well. So that's the schedule for the week. Let's go ahead and answer some fan mail. Now, one of the things with fan mail, we haven't been doing it these past couple of weeks because, look, I've simply forgot to put up the freaking thread over at reddit.com/r/itmeJP. So what I've done is I've set up a post that will always be stickied at the top of that subreddit. And you can basically just go in there and post questions whenever you have one for me. It can be as serious or deep as you want. Basically, I'm just going to use it as like a giant pool of questions to pull from. And I've already pulled 3 today. And there's probably like 25-ish responses already. So if you have a question for me, I'll link it in the comment section of this video, so you don't have to type it out, but it's going to be over at my subreddit, reddit.com/r/itmeJP. So the first question comes from Raising Kane, and he says, I heard you were a Masters League player at one point. Did you enjoy playing in the competitive scene more than what you're doing now with esports? So yes, I was a Master League random player for probably the first, throughout the beta. Actually, Masters League didn't really exist throughout the beta. But I would say the first 4 months of the game, when everyone was pretty terrible in general, and it didn't really take all that much to get Masters. It's a lot harder, obviously, now to get Masters than it was back then. So yes, I was Masters League random. That's my big StarCraft claim to fame, I guess. Did you enjoy playing in the competitive scene more than what you are doing now with esports? Well, right now with esports, I'm really not doing anything, except just kind of watching and critiquing the production in my head and maybe making some snarky tweets every now and then. But did I enjoy playing in the competitive scene? You know, StarCraft 2 is like a really, really, really stressful game. And I think that when that game kind of became my job, so to speak, when I went full time in MLG as kind of the StarCraft guy, I really started to lose interest in it. It's kind of that, I don't know if it's a philosophy or if it's just a saying, but like, you're never supposed to work in something that you love because you'll start to hate it, right? And I think hate's kind of a strong word. I don't hate StarCraft 2, or I didn't hate playing StarCraft 2. But I got to the point where I was playing StarCraft 2 simply because I wanted people to watch me play StarCraft 2 to give credibility to my casting. Because a lot of people would criticize me for being, well, they criticized every caster, like, oh my god, he's bronze. Like, I can't believe this guy is casting an ML. He's a bronze player, guys. A bronze player. It's like, no, I'm actually Masters random. So that's really why I played StarCraft 2. And I think that it really just started to make me hate. It actually did make me hate playing the game at that point, because I wasn't playing for my own enjoyment. I was playing to show others that I actually knew the game. And that wasn't a good idea. That wasn't smart. I actually really regret doing that. I should have just said fuck the haters and just kept doing what I was doing and never streamed any of it. So I think I definitely enjoy what I'm doing now with esports, which is kind of just, you know, I might dip in every now and then. I might do a production at a event or do a state of the game, or comment on something on Twitter, probably very snarky. But I'm kind of on the outside of it. And at this point in time, I spent so long in kind of the thick of esports. I mean, I started back with Gotfrag in like 2008, 2009. And ever since I started working there, like I went from Gotfrag to Amped Esports to WSVG, back to kind of doing my own thing. That's when State of the Game was made. And then I went to MLG full time for a year. And the traveling, the casting, the constant negativity from kind of everything involved with that from the community, it really wore me down, and it really made me grow tired of that scene very quickly. So right now I enjoy where I'm at with esports. But thank you for the question, Raising Kane. And I tried to, I think hopefully I was as transparent as possible with my answer. So the next question, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I want to say it's From Me Stable to Chaos or or from stable to chaos. I think that's how I pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you have a very simple question, and it's what does JP stand for? JP stands for John Paul. I'm not named after the Pope. I'm named after my grandfather and my uncle. One of course is Jack. Or John rather, who's my grandfather. We call him Jack though. And my uncle is named Paul. So my parents decided to put those two together. I don't have a middle name. My full name's John Paul. So everyone just calls me JP. I went by John in high school though, which was kind of weird because it was much easier to tell people that my name's John than to tell people that my name's JP or John Paul and I don't have a middle name. Which is kind of weird. So I'm glad I'm back to JP. Glad I'm back to JP. But that's what my name stands for. The final question is from Vinny 20,100. And he asks, are you a Mafia player? If so, would you go on Esport Mafia with Neil and Ryan? No, I've never played Mafia. I've seen it played for about 10 minutes on a stream, and I was really confused. And then I've always seen it played at MLGs. I accidentally, kind of like a couple times, have drunkenly walked into a room, and there are a billion of. It's kind of bad because like in my mind, I relate everyone that plays Mafia at MLG events to being underage, and the reason that they're playing Mafia in the first place is because they can't drink. That's actually pretty wrong. So sorry for that. But I've never played Mafia. It looks kind of fun. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. Would I ever go on the Esports Mafia with Neil and Ryan? It's possible. But a lot of times when they play it, when I do a show that shows, I'm kind of already thinking about that show, and I have a pretty hard time just going on a show that late because typically I'm exhausted from whatever I did that day, or I'd rather just kind of put in a movie or open up a stream and just relax because most of the time I am doing shows on a nightly basis or recording videos or something like that. So if I can get a night, quote, alone to just do whatever the hell I want, whether it's stream a game and with kind of just idle commentary or do something on my own, I tend to take it and not really schedule anything else out. But maybe a lot of people have asked me to go on. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. And there's a lot of people in that show as well. I think it's got like 20 people each week, which is kind of crazy to me. I'm more fascinated with how that is actually done than playing Mafia in the first place. So yeah, thank you to the 3 questions from Raisin Kane, from Me Stable to Chaos. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. And Vinny 20,100. Remember, if you have a question, you can head over to reddit.com/r/itmeJP. That is going to do it for It Me Weekly, guys. Remember, Tuesday and Wednesday, I will be out as I'm going to be remodeling my room, which is just, I'll be building a desk and like taking all of my computers apart and everything like that. So I'll probably be available on Twitter if you have any questions or anything like that, or comments or anything like that. But no videos most likely, no streams for sure. So I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Sorry for all the Europeans. That's kind of American to me.